Holy moly, Star Wars fans.
Holy moly.
We just got shellacked with a ton of new information about the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. We got to break down the official poster, the official release date, new information circulating out there online, and a couple of wild reports about things you'll see in the Kenobi show. What's up, everybody? It's Josh coming at you from Nerd Adventures Tower. As per usual, do me a favor and smash like on this video if you are super excited for the Obi-Wan Kenobi series. And before we get into all the hype, and trust me, there's a lot of hype, I just want to take one little second, just one little bit about it, and just make the point that it's a little bit sus that after a lackluster finale to Book of Boba Fett, Star Wars threw out a bajillion things about Kenobi. It kind of feel Lucasfilm pulling a Jedi mind trick.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
These aren't the droids we're looking for.
You're not upset about the finale of Boba. Share your hype online about Kenobi.
Mind trick's gonna work on me. Only money.
And I just wanted to mention that because, yeah, it's a little sus, but if that is what is happening, it is totally working because I'm all about Kenobi now. Take a look at this beautiful official poster for Obi-Wan Kenobi showing Ewan McGregor himself as Obi at the relative age that we will see him at in the show. And if you look really closely down here, he's but in all seriousness, fans are debating what lightsaber this is. A lot of people saying this is not the one that he had at the end of Revenge of the Sith, and it's not the one that he gives to Luke Skywalker. So what lightsaber is it? And I'm just gonna be real, not doing that. I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I just think it's a lightsaber. Now, along with that official poster reveal, we got a release date for the show as well. It's going to be releasing on Disney Plus Wednesday, May 25th. Which so happens to be the 45th anniversary of the release date of A New Hope, at the time just called Star Wars. This was the very first time that we saw the character of Obi-Wan Kenobi in the desert of Tatooine. So it's kind of poetic, and yet, of course, it triggered many Star Wars fans.
Move this man!
I'm not even kidding. A lot of people on Twitter were upset that it didn't get that May 4th release date. To me, I think that May 25th release date is perfect for this show. They could probably do a big tease on May the 4th, and this will also allow the show to get out of the way of Multiverse of Madness, because that Doctor Strange sequel is going to take over the hype and discussion on social media. So as a big fan of Star Wars and Marvel, I'm actually pretty happy that Kenobi's coming out later in May. And on top of all that official stuff, which was really cool, we got a ton of reports from very reliable insiders and scoopers of different things that are going to be happening in the Kenobi show. And it is at this point in the video, I have to issue like a slight spoiler warning. We're going to talk about things that, while I have talked about them in the past, are updates to what you will see or likely to see in the Kenobi show. Now, take all of this stuff with a grain of salt, because this stuff is never 100% accurate. We just got done with the Book of Boba Fett, and there were several things that were nailed in that show, like the N1 Naboo Star Cruiser, the fact that Luke Skywalker, Grogu, and Mando were going to be in the show, the fact that Chrysanthemum was going to be in the show. A lot of that stuff was true, but a lot of other stuff that insiders thought was going to happen did not end up happening in the show. Having said that, the first thing we got to talk about is the mother flipping Inquisitors, ladies and gentlemen, because this, I'm pretty sure, is going to be in the show. I've been talking about the Inquisitors in Kenobi for some time now. I had heard this was a change made to the script pretty early on in the process. They, at one time, had the 501st with Captain Rex, possibly leading up the charge to find Kenobi in the show. They changed that to the Inquisitors, and I'm actually happy that they did, because the Inquisitors are dope. I think you're going to see many of the Inquisitors, and the Inquisitori are said to play a major role in the story. But as an update to the Inquisitors in Kenobi, we got a report from Bespin Bulletin talking about how the Grand Inquisitor was going to be in this show, and he is going to be played by Rupert Friend. Now, this is really cool news. I mean, confirming the Grand Inquisitor is awesome, but this Rupert guy actually did divide fans when he was announced to be the person playing the Grand Inquisitor. Many folks out there, including myself, were hoping that Jason Isaacs himself would play the Grand Inquisitor in the show. He voiced the character in Star Wars Rebels, and he's a really good actor. He was Lucius Malfoy in the Harry Potter movies. Now, who knows why Lucasfilm ended up going with Rupert? Perhaps it has something to do with the deepfake technology, and they plan on doing something interesting with Rupert's face to make him way more like the Grand Inquisitor. Maybe it's a contractual thing where they couldn't pay enough to get Jason Isaacs, or he wasn't necessarily interested. Either way, I'm still hyped up to see the Grand Inquisitor in the show. Maybe Jason Isaacs helps to voice the character. Who knows for sure? Either way, super cool that this character is going to be in there. But as an addition to that story, there was comments made about a scene where he, the Grand Inquisitor, is going to be shocked and surprised at the brutality of Moses Ingram's character as she cuts off the hand of a Tatooine citizen. This was backed up by Jason Ward from MakingStarWars.net. And together with these two reports, we can surmise that the Inquisitors are not only going to be in the show, they're going to play a big role in the show, and they're going to be absolutely savage and brutal. And let's just stop for a gosh dang second to talk about how cool that is. This is something that has been missing from modern Star Wars. Crazy, powerful, dark, Sith-like beings. I honestly feel like Lucasfilm has underestimated how important it is to have a crazy dark lord with a red lightsaber in the content. Now, on top of all of that, we have crazy stuff we're hearing about Darth Vader, and I want to break that down, of course, because dark side all day. But interestingly enough, we also got some updates about Jedi being in the Kenobi series. So let's talk about this. Now, this is coming from Making Star Wars as well, and they are reporting that actor and stuntman Tom O'Connell will be playing a Jedi Knight in the upcoming Disney Plus Kenobi series. The Jedi is said to be a Zabrak, which is, of course, the same race as Darth Maul, but this Jedi character is not going to have any face tattoos and, just going to be a Zabrak. Now, in a lot of the reports, they seem to not be able to pinpoint down what kind of Jedi this is going to be. Is this someone that survived Order 66? Is this some kind of new Jedi that's being trained by somebody else out there? And anything is possible, of course, but I heard a while ago that there would be more than just one Jedi at this time and in this series. And I think it's possible we will see a Jedi Order that's actually different and separate from the one that we saw in the prequels that, of course, worked with the Republic. This could perhaps be some kind of a sect or a version of the Jedi Code that's left over from the time of the High Republic. And there's also a lot of other weird things going on in Star Wars right now, where there's some mystery project being developed. Tales of the Jedi is this big rumored thing to be happening as well. And so it's possible there's some stuff going on with the High Republic and the connective tissue between Star Wars projects that's going to set up different kind of Jedi in Kenobi. But now let's talk about the big kahuna, the main event, if you will. Darth Vader and Obi-Wan Kenobi. Bro, the stuff we're hearing about the Kenobi Vader fight and just Vader in general in this show is mind-blowing. It's really, really hyped up. So apparently Vader maybe not going to play that big of a role in the first 3 episodes. Those will be dedicated to Kenobi and also the Inquisitors. Then at that point in the show, Vader is going to play a big role in episodes 4, 5, and 6. Making Star Wars is also reporting that Vader in the series is going to be doing flips and throwing kicks, and he's going to be primetime Vader. Think the Vader you see in Rogue One, but even more savage and angry and dark. And we heard he has some kind of crazy force push on Kenobi that's going to be absolutely wild. And this is also going to be mirrored by a crazy force push that Kenobi is going to have on Vader. It sounds like this fight between Obi-Wan and Vader is going to be like full-on anime levels of craziness with their force powers and lightsaber prowess on full display. And on top of that, unless I'm mixing some things up here, in a new report from Making Star Wars, they're suggesting that Luke is actually going to be present during this battle and that Vader may have dialogue with Luke. I don't fully understand if that's exactly what he's reporting, and I don't know how that's going to fit together with the canon overall, but it sounds nuts. Basically, guys, you add all this stuff up together, it just sounds absolutely insane. I know we've been waiting a long time for Kenobi, but I think Kenobi is something special, and Lucasfilm knows that, and it feels like they've put so much crazy stuff into the show. I think it's going to blow us away. Let me know what you think about the updates for Kenobi in the comments section on this video. Like this video if you liked it, and subscribe to this channel to see more of our content pop up in your recommended feed. And I highly recommend you come on by the live streaming channel, where I'm sure we'll be having discussions about these different reports and all kinds of things as we get closer to the Kenobi show. As I always say, I hope you're having an awesome and a nerdy day, and I'll see you in the next video.